Welcome back. This is segment number 2 of the Staff New Year Review, and we're going to the elimination of the breaks, which is our next area that we want to talk about. For 9 through 12, we do not have breaks during the blocks, and I guess that should be the same for 7th and 8th, but we don't have students leave our classrooms for breaks during the middle of the block. And part of that reason is we don't want to be interrupting the other classrooms. Now, that doesn't mean that there isn't a reason why you can't take a little break during class or do some short stretching exercise, that type of thing during the middle of class. So that's probably a good practice to have. Mid-morning and afternoon breaks for 9 through 12, that's a good time for them to use the restrooms, the a la carte, a drink of water, that type of thing. No beverages will be allowed. Water will be permitted according to procedures and rules to the promoting water in our school, in our classrooms. No other beverages will be allowed in the classrooms or lockers. Please see me regarding any special occasions. Allowing food and gum in the rooms as a teacher is a teacher's decision. Allowing water in the classroom is still a teacher decision, especially for those classrooms where you can't allow to have water because of chemistry, for example. When you're working with chemicals, you're not allowed to have water in your classroom. So keep that in mind. On the special occasions, make sure that you get permission in advance from me so that I know that you're having a special occasion. And for those special occasions, you should be bringing the pop or whatever the case might be into the classroom, and the kids should not be allowed to leave with any type of beverage once your classroom is done. New students, we want to really make sure that we have a good feeling for our new students coming into school so that they feel welcome. Be sure to greet them and make them feel as comfortable as possible. Hopefully, Lindsay Olson will be able to inform you of any new students during the school year. We hope that works out, but sometimes we get students that are just simply dropped off at the school, and it's a little difficulty to know what to do with them. But we will try to make it a common practice to let you know ahead of time. Activity account dollars are for students only, and we got to make sure that we don't use them for other things that's not directly related to the student. So a student needs some special equipment, you can use the dollars. Students are going on some type of activity, you can use those dollars. If a advisor is going to a special activity, you can't use those dollars for that advisor. It's got to be directly related to students. Technology assistance, again, contact Damon Leak for email, voicemail, faculty folder, hardware needs. Be sure to use the help desk at all possible if you have an issue. Good example of using a help desk that helps Damon out a lot is if the internet slows way down and you go on there a couple different times and over a period of time and the system is slow, send Damon a help desk ticket right away so that he knows the time that it slowed down and he can start working on it right away. So something that happens quite frequently is the system slows down, people talk about the system slowing down, but the people who need to know that the system is slowing, like Damon Leak, don't ever find out about it. Contact Christy Cook for anything that's related to integrating the technology into your classroom. Could be technology, software for curriculum instruction. She's the expert in that area, and she might be willing to go right into your classroom and demonstrate it to students and work with you directly. She's a good, excellent resource. Proper dress for professionals. Dress appropriate for your subject area. We do have School Spirit Fridays, which are okay. Your professional dress attire should be appropriate for teaching professionals and subject areas being taught. T-shirts, sweatshirts, blue jeans, and clothes with holes are not appropriate for professional dress. Exceptionals to this would be, an exception would be when the class is planting trees, for example. The service club is going out to pick up garbage. Teacher is promoting Spirit Day, wearing Chatfield Gopher sweatshirts during homecoming or on Fridays before games. That certainly is appropriate. We will still continue our more casual Fridays, which includes wearing blue jeans, no holes please, and sweatshirts, and we'll always want teachers to promote school spirit during special events. Like any type of rule when it comes to dress codes, we also have probably other special exceptions like medical related issues, and has always been and will continue to be granted. Any issues related to job needs, demands, and requirements related to dress code issues will also continue to be granted. This includes curriculum-related issues, whether it's planting trees or focusing on the 60s and 70s. The style of dress and bringing it into the classroom for real-life experience will always be granted as well. Student organization sessions, better known as SOS. This is for grades 7 and 8, and we will be continuing with this. And this will be organized by the SAT team or Child Study team, and Kate Kennedy will continue to be in charge of the SOS programs. Computer labs. The 3 computer labs are still available for checkout. The Media Center online learning room should be used as a last resort and needs to be arranged ahead of time. There are 3 labs available besides the Media Center computers. I would encourage you to check these out labs first before considering the Media Center. Also, we do have a writing lab, and don't check out more than a week in advance for writing lab, or 2 weeks in advance, because the respective English classes will have first chance. After the 2 weeks going into 1 week before, you can check out any available space in the writing lab as well. As far as going to the Media Center, all students need to have a purpose for going to the Media Center. And that means that they must have a pass, and ideally you should put on the pass why they're going to the Media Center. One of the things that the high school leadership team is focusing on is not having students leaving the SST to go to the Media Center. And what happens too often is that students are just trying to get out of their SST. So make sure that you do not allow students to go to the Media Center during SST. If they need a book or whatever, encourage them to use the online reservation for books. They will be delivered to the SST to the students so that they can get it delivered right to them. Reserve labs online. Make sure you go online if you want to use a lab, and make sure that your reservation is on there. Do not just assume that you're able to use a lab. And the other thing is, make sure that you reserve it. Don't use labs that you just go down and you see that it's open, so I'm going to use it, because the teacher might not be there right away in the first 5-10 minutes, and if they come down with their class, they might think that there's a mistake or something because they had the class reserved. Make sure you reserve it. Just don't start using it because it looks like it was empty, so I'm just going to pop over and use it, because teachers might not come to the lab immediately right when the class starts. Graduating seniors. The last day for seniors is May 28th, and the graduation date is May 31st at 1:30 p.m. Fire drills and lockdowns, as mentioned earlier, they are required by the state. We have 5 fire drills and lockdowns, and more updates on this will be in the future. We have one tornado drill. The large group room is reserved, and that is also reserved online. Please put desks back in order. Stack the individual chairs and put them in the corner in front of the room. Remove any items that you brought in, so whatever you brought in should be going out with you. Pick up and clean the floor. Turn off the lights, and please be thoughtful to others. And this was very well done last year, and we did have a very nice clean room, large group room throughout the year. So I want to try to keep it the same again this year. The multi-purpose room and the stage, keep both areas clean. Put all the items away. Nothing should be on the stage or in the multi-purpose room after you are done. Note, facilities are reserved through the Community Education Office for these two areas. So make sure that it's left clean. The multi-purpose room during the wrestling season will be used for the wrestling and can be checked out as far as maybe the FIAD and things that you're going to use it when students can come in there and not have shoes on. Because we need to keep the mats clean. So the mats basically will be left down all the time. Unless for major events, then we'll ask the wrestlers to pull up the mats, but it should be for major reasons only. Study halls. Purpose of the study halls, of course, is for our students to come in and study. And one of the things that we need to do is organize our study halls. And on the first day, we'll have students report to the first teacher's room that's on the list, the study hall supervision list. So if you're listed second, they won't be coming to your room. But you probably still need to work out a plan. So some people, because there will be two people on the list for one supervision. Some teachers have done it where I'll take the first quarter, you take the second quarter. Some teachers work it out where you take the first half of the period, I'll take the second half. So there's various ways, but as long as the two of you agree, I'm okay with it. And then we need to let Sharon Manahan know what the plan is as far as how the study halls will be taken care of. Please avoid using the large group room for study hall at all possible. We like to keep that room freed up so that large groups can go in there. And the other thing is be sure to follow the study hall rules, and that's in the maroon book underneath study hall rules. And please use those so that we have some consistency. So when students go from one study hall to the next, it's the same rules and procedures for study halls. Sound system, you can contact me for setup for small settings, or for items where you just need a single mic, you can contact me. For bigger things like concerts or large productions, you should contact Damon. Noontime tutoring is for all students that are failing or getting far behind for grades 7 through 10. Kate Kennedy will be the coordinator for both noontime tutoring, NTT, and will be sending out lists for teachers to return. NTT is a Tier 1 intervention tool, and no students in grades 7 through 10 should be able to fail unless they have utilized or been referred to noontime tutoring. So please refer to the noontime tutoring purpose and procedures that is in your maroon book. At this time, this will be the end of segment 2 of the Staff New Year Review. When we come back, we'll come back to the down-off list, and we'll pick it up from there. All right, we'll see you in a little bit. Thanks.